I don't know about you guys, but since I was a young kid, I've been full of ideas, full of vision. I remember being like in fifth grade, fourth grade, somewhere around there, and I can just picture a fort that I was gonna build, right, with my brother in the wintertime. It was a blank canvas, right? Just a bunch of snow. And I'm like, I could envision the fort that I was gonna make with my brother. So since I was young, I've been full of ideas. I remember just talking to my mom when I was young, just being on the bed with my mom or on the couch and just being like, "Ma, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I can't wait till I get older. I can't wait till I can start working and I'm gonna do this, do this. I'm gonna buy you this." So I've been full of ideas. I think my wife would agree with that. Even to this day, I'm always sharing ideas and things that are in my head, things that I wanna create or make happen. That's all great. I love the fact that that's how I'm wired with vision and idea. However, just having vision or just having ideas doesn't actually bring forth your vision and ideas into real life, right? We still got to take action and implement what's in our mind. So, why do I share this? It's because, again, I had all these ideas and even to this day, have all these ideas. But what would happen is I'd come home from work or I'd come home from school and I'll play ball, I'll hang out with friends, I'll do whatever, right? Watch TV, I'll read, all semi, I guess, productive things, but I wouldn't take action on things that would actually bring my goals into reality, right? And so I remember early on in my career when I was younger, I would say like, dang, if I didn't have a 9 to 5, like if I had the full day to actually work on my business and work on these ideas that I have, it would make the world of a difference, right? I would get so much further along. My dreams would come true if it wasn't for my 9 to 5. But here's the thing is that it's not our 9 to 5 that's crushing our dreams, it's our 5 to 9. It's not our 9 to 5. It's not your 9 to 5 that's crushing your dreams. It's your 5 to 9. I heard that quote from Alex Hermosi, and it was convicting, right? I don't know if you can relate or how many of us can relate to this, but it can feel as though if I didn't have this 9 to 5, I would have so much time to work on the things that I actually want to work on, right? The business you want to work on, the content you want to create, the YouTube channel, the podcast, whatever it is. So we blame the 9 to 5, but in reality, it's our 5 to 9 that's crushing our dreams. Here's his quote. It says, "It's not a time problem, it's a commitment problem. We spend 3 hours binge watching Netflix, but we can't dedicate 1 hour to our dreams." Let me say that one more time. It's not a time problem, it's a commitment problem. We can spend 3 hours binge watching Netflix or Hulu, but we can't dedicate 1 hour to our dreams. So it's not our 9 to 5 that's crushing our dreams, it's our 5 to 9. So if you're like me, I still battle with this at times, right? Because I finish work. My wife and I, we own a business, but we operate a business, but I still have a W 2, right? I still have a 9 to 5. So this is very relevant for me, which is why I want to share it with you. So if you battle with this, if you're like, man, if I just had more time or if I just had a full day to be able to work on what I want to work on, because after work, I'm tired. I don't feel like making content. I don't feel like whatever it is for you, right? So this is what's helped me, and I think it might be able to help you to just dial in, get a little more focused, and actually work towards your goals. So first thing I actually implemented this at the beginning of the year, and it's been huge for me. First thing is make a daily and or weekly list of your top 1 to 3 priorities. So make a list, literally write it down of your top 3 priorities for the week. And whatever those top 3 priorities are for the week, that's what you focus on heading into the week. So I'll give you an example. For me, it was a week. I want to create 3 outlines for the podcast. So not record it, but have 3 outlines so that when my producer and I go to record, I have a bunch of content already created. So that's 3 podcast outlines. On top of that, it was post at least 3 times. So Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, I'm posting for our business page, right? It's on our social media. I or my wife will be posting on that. So first one was create an outline for our podcast and have it finalized. This is on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays as well is to post on our business page. Just having that has been huge because it gives me focus. It gives me something to work towards. And if I go back at the end of the week and I'm like, did I have a productive day or a productive week? I can go back and see, well, you did complete 3 podcast outlines and you did post minimum 3 times this week on the business page. To me, that's a huge win. To you, it could be something different. But I found having that structure and simplifying things was huge for me. right? Because one of my biggest things or one of my biggest priorities is to add value to you guys and to be able to share with you what I'm learning to help you grow so that we can grow together. So, creating outlines for this podcast is essential for me. It's very important. Posting on our business page as well is important because I believe that we're selling and providing products that can help you help people take ownership of their health, right? We sell um, all organic, healthy juices, smoothies. We're gonna have acai bowls this spring and summer, which is gonna be dope. Wellness shots, right? Things that add value to people and help them improve their health. So if I know that our products are gonna help people, I want them to know about it, right? And so posting on our business page does that. So that's why those are my two top priorities every week. It's post 3 times a week and 3 podcast outlines so that when my producer and I go to record, I have a bunch of content already created that all I need to do is pick and choose. The second thing that I've learned that's I've been doing my best to implement is accountability. Accountability. Now, a lot of these things that I'm sharing are they're simple, right? But for whatever reason, they can be difficult to implement. Accountability has been huge for me. I let my wife know. My wife knows what the top priorities are, which is post 3 times a week minimum for on our business page and 3 podcast outline minimum a week. So how does my wife know if I had a productive week, right? How does she know or how can my wife hold me accountable? It's by knowing what my ideal outcomes are. So then she can ask and be like, hey, did you create a podcast outline today? Or hey, were you able to post on the business page? These sort of things. So having accountability is huge. And knowing that I have someone holding me accountable, it makes me up my game, right? Because I don't want to let her down. Not that I'm really letting her down, but you know what I mean. Another aspect, right, that this can really help in terms of business with your 9 to 5 is surrounding yourself with other entrepreneurs. This ties into the accountability piece. One of my buddies, he's a barber and a content creator, and he and I bounce ideas off each other all the time. And so he shares his main goals with me, and I share my main goals with him. So we hold each other accountable. He lets me know areas that he wants me to check in on him on, and then vice versa. I do the same thing. One of those things is the creating the content, right? The podcast outlines. He's asking me at the end of the week, like, hey, bro, did you get that done? And I really dislike telling him no because one thing, okay, this is good. One thing that he and I do, which I love, but it's annoying when I'm on the receiving end of it, is if I ask him, like, hey, bro, did you post on, he wants to post 5 times a week on his business page, right? He's a barber, he's an entrepreneur and a content creator. So I ask him, bro, did you post 5 times this week? And he'd be like, nah, bro, but like the kids, I was very busy this week and it was just crazy. And my response to him is always like, bro, that's a cute excuse. Like that's cute. Like I get it, but you still got to post. Like you still have goals that you want to accomplish. So you're just making excuses at this point. So I hold him accountable. And then vice versa. When he asks me, hey, bro, did you create those outlines for the pod? And I say, like, bro, I did one. He's like, well, why? Like, well, like ministry was busy this week. Work was busy. We had a bunch of orders for the business. His response is similar to mine. He's like, oh, that's cool. Like, that's cute. Like, you're busy. Bro, we're all busy, but you still got to hit your goals, right? And so that accountability keeps me sharp. It keeps him sharp. Proverbs in the Bible, it says that as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. Or as iron sharpens iron, one woman sharpens another woman, right? So this is not just for men. This applies to women as well. But as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. I like this quote a ton. I think it'll help you because it helped me. It says, dreams grow in the hours most people waste. Dreams grow in the hours most people waste. What does that mean? Is 9 to 5, people working. 5 to 9, they're on Netflix, right? They're scrolling on YouTube. They're scrolling on social media. So dreams grow in the hours where most people waste. So instead of wasting your time, optimize it, invest it, right? And again, having a clear outcome that you're looking for me, it's the podcast outlines and it's posting on the business page. I know if I'm doing those things for the week, remember, it's just 3 podcast outlines. But one might say, bro, it's just 3 podcast outlines. Like, that's not that much. I don't really feel that productive. Well, let's break it down a little bit. That's 3 episodes a week. That's 12 episodes a month. That's 36 episodes in a quarter. 3 a week, 12 a month, 36 for a quarter. So what might feel boring or might not feel like it's super productive But in the long term, it's the consistency that compounds. So, yes, it is just 3 episodes, but in a quarter, it's 36. That's 36 pieces of content that I can provide you so that we can grow together. I can help you grow and share with you what I'm learning. So, it may seem like it's not much. And that's the thing I found with productivity is that truly being productive, and I shared this in one of my earlier podcasts, but truly being productive can sometimes feel boring. Like it doesn't feel like super exciting. You're not running around all the time. You're not answering all these calls, making all these calls. It's what are your top 3 important things that you need to get done for the week? And then just get those done. That's productivity. It might not feel productive, but again, consistency compounds. 3 episodes turns to 36 episodes in 3 months. Like that's huge. So I want to share this last quote with you guys. And it's momentum is created by motion. Motion precedes momentum. Momentum is created by motion. Motion precedes momentum. So I don't know about you, but I know for me at times, especially when I come home from work or I just finished, with the gym after work and I come home, I don't necessarily want to create content. I don't necessarily want to make some sales calls. But I find, and you might find this too, that once I get started, once I make that first call, that second call, like I got the momentum. I'm feeling good. And all right, I made 2 calls. I guess I might as well make 2 more. That wouldn't hurt. So momentum precedes motion, or motion precedes momentum. So we might not feel like doing it, but once we start doing it, we're in the groove, right? How many of you guys have ever been in the gym or gone to the gym? You don't feel like working out. It's like, you know what? I'm going to just, all right, I'll suck it up. I'll go to the gym. I'll do something. And once you get to the gym, you're 10 minutes in, 15 minutes in, you warm up, and now you're locked in. Now you're having a good workout. So what you said would be there, you'd be there for 20 minutes. You end up being there for an hour. And that all started because you took action. So to conclude, I don't know if any of you guys can relate with what I was sharing about it's not your 9 to 5, it's your 5 to 9 that's crushing your dreams. But if you can relate, what I would recommend is make a list of your priorities. What are your top 3 priorities for the week? And get some accountability. A friend, a spouse, a mentor. This is something that I'm actually going to be exploring this year because I haven't invested in this yet, but it's paid coaching, right? Oftentimes we see it as an expense, but it can be an investment, right? Paid coaching, people who can help you grow, hold you accountable. Yes, you're investing, you're paying for it, but the ROI, the return on investment can be significantly larger than what you're paying that individual. So momentum is created by motion. Motion precedes momentum. It's not your 9 to 5 that's crushing your dream. It's your 5 to 9. I'll say that one more time. It's not your 9 to 5 that's crushing your dreams. It's your 5 to 9. Let's stop wasting our 5 to 9 hours. Let's be on top of our things and let's crush it. That being said, if you receive value from this video, from this episode, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys, interacting with you guys. Share with a friend, share with a coworker, share with a family member that you think could benefit from this content. With that being said, it's your boy, Brandon, with Driven by Growth Podcast. Peace.